Bob is back. We've got a hurricane warning. The storm's going to be here Sunday. That's most of the impact.
Right.
And tonight the news on that track is just not what we want to see.
Yeah, you don't see that very often. I mean, you think about it, how many times it's gone back and forth across the state, back and forth. And so it just shows you that the hurricane forecasting technology that we have right now is not that great. It's not perfect, obviously. We know that. But boy, this one is really baffling to be going back and forth. The National Hurricane Center doing a great job with what they're getting out in the outputs, because the lines and the forecast cones and the models have been going back and forth. So anyway, kind of a scary situation for us. Let's face it. This is now expected to be, at least by the National Hurricane Center standards, a Category 4 hurricane into west central Florida somewhere. It's so difficult to focus on exactly where the center is going to make landfall, if it does at all, because it continues to push off to the west. What's happened is that the high pressure that's been driving it west has been a little stronger than all the models had suggested. So that high pressure Bermuda high continues to push it on a westerly course. The further west it gets, the more likely it is to have a significant impact on the southwest coast of Florida right now. Top winds are up to 160. What's gone on is that eye wall now is over 30 miles wide, and it's gone through its eye wall replacement. And then now what happens, it starts to contract again, and there's a chance it could get even stronger if it moves off the coast of Cuba. Right now it's right on the coast, but there's not much there as far as mountainous terrain goes. So the Hurricane Center thinking is that it's not going to really weaken it that much. The pressure, 924 millibars, still extremely low at this point as it makes its way off to the eventually west-northwest. That's what we're waiting for, but the more it stays west, the better chances are that it would weaken somewhat. So we hope that westerly course continues, but the Hurricane Center is suggesting a 155 at Saturday, 8 o'clock, just south of the Keys, and then on the Keys on Sunday at 8 a.m. with 150-mile-an-hour winds. And you'll notice that shift has occurred. It was here just 6 hours ago, and now it's shifted off into the Gulf, and it could shift even further. That's the trend lately, and it will move off to the northwest. So don't focus on this line. Don't think it's going to hit here, because it's changed and shifted over the past several days. And if we get 24 hours out and it shows that, then that's fairly certain that's where it will be. But still, that cone of uncertainty is rather large at this point, all the way over from the east coast to well of the west. You'll see the tracks and the forecast models on the spaghetti model has shifted as well. This one would be a little bit better for us. Obviously, these would not be better for us at all, because we'd be getting that onshore flow and a little higher storm surge. The eye itself is right there, and you can see it is now over land, but this terrain here is not all that rugged, and so it's not beating up the circulation as much. If it were to get inland a little further, there's a possibility it would weaken the system. Intensity forecasting is one of the most difficult parts of the National Hurricane Center job. They don't have the expertise as far as the modeling goes quite yet on that part of it, but they're obviously concerned about this storm moving over the warm water of the Florida Straits and then in the Gulf of Mexico. You can see the GFS has shifted off to the left, and we'll take a look at the Euro. The Euro will run again at 3. We'll have the information on it anyway, and that's still very close to the west coast of Florida. So it's not over yet as to what we can expect, but we know at this time the surge shouldn't be all that great. But that all changes if this storm gets out in the Gulf a little bit. We'll get more of this onshore flow, or at least close to it. Right now we're expecting a northeast offshore flow until the storm passes to our north. The hurricane warning is up. We showed you that. It stays with us. We also have again, a storm surge watch in effect from Venice northward. And then here's the arrival of the tropical storm force winds at this point, Sunday at 1:30 in the morning, and the stronger tropical storm force winds around noon on Sunday, and then the hurricane force winds probably around 6, 7 o'clock on Sunday evening, and that will continue throughout most of the evening. Here's the forecast then for tomorrow. 40% chance for showers and storms, and then an 80% chance on Sunday. We'll bring that up to 100 now, and Sunday night 100% chance. And then Monday, the rain chance should drop significantly as we get to the noon hour. It'll be 50% in the morning after sunrise, and then 80s after that. So, Scott, still a lot of uncertainty. Prepare, plan, and do your best on Saturday, and I bet things will be changing again. Back to you.